All right, so with game 1 of the NBA Finals coming up, I think that we're in for a very good series, and it's going to be a lot of fireworks, and it's going to be a roller coaster ride. I think it's going to be a very entertaining series, and I'm hoping that it goes 7. That's what I'm predicting, and I'm hoping for. With that being said, game 1 starting up, I believe that Luka Doncic is going to come out and send a message along with Kyrie Irving to let the Celtics know that they're not coming to play any games. They're coming out to win, and Luka's on a hot streak. He just went crazy in the series against Minnesota, especially in that last game, particularly in the first and second quarter. I feel like he was just coming out hitting like dagger shots to let the Minnesota Timberwolves know that he's on that type of timing and he's trying to get the job done. So I feel like his mindset and his approach to the game coming into the series is very, very scary if I'm the Boston Celtics. Although that they're favored right now, I believe that the Mavericks are plus 6.5. So I feel like I would personally kind of be nervous if I was Boston. Not nervous, of course, like in that type of way, but I wouldn't be laid back. Obviously, it's the NBA Finals, so obviously nobody's going to be laid back. That's very obvious. What I'm trying to say is that Luka Doncic is coming out with Kyrie Irving and the rest of the crew, PJ Washington and them, and he's coming out to drop buckets. Like, Luka is for sure going to drop buckets. Like, I can't see a scenario where Luka comes out and he's not dropping buckets. So that's why I feel like there's a lot of pressure on Boston for game 1, because Luka and Kyrie, I don't feel like they really have anything to lose in this series. I feel like they have everything to gain because of the fact that Jason Tatum, in the media's perspective, needs to start getting into his legacy run and getting into like getting championships, because he's been there already. He's been to multiple Eastern Conference Finals, and he's all NBA, and he has all these accolades. Him along with Jaylen Brown and the rest of those guys, they have a very good team. So it's like the team, the amount of time they've spent, the experience that they've gained, all the times they've come short, although they've accomplished so much. Like, now is the perfect window time for the Celtics to win their first one. And now Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, and Drew Holiday, even though he has a ring already, like, a lot of these players are going to start like elevating their resumes within the NBA. Like, they're going to really be looked at as one of the legends in the game, especially like with this NBA championship. So with that being said, that's why I feel very confident in game 1 about Luka Doncic coming in and having a very crazy party and just going dumb on them. Like, he may not even score a lot of points, which I don't think that's going to be the case. I think he's going to have a very high scoring game. But even if he doesn't, I feel like his like relentless attack and then being at the free throw line and then getting other guys involved, I feel like that's just going to be very overwhelming for the Celtics. And if Jason Tatum is not like having those defining moments or like those clutch shots to stop runs, him or Jaylen Brown, but if they're not having those moments where they're like matching the energy and the amount of volume of offense that the Mavericks are most likely going to like produce, like, I can see the series going very, very like left for the Celtics, which is why I'm nervous about it. Like, I just feel like with the experience and the type of players and the regards that we look at the Celtics players, and mainly their 2 stars, I feel like it's very much their time now to really solidify like their legacies and who they are within the NBA legend circle, or whatever, however you want to call it. Like, this is now the series, and this is now the time for them to do that. And I hope that those guys go out and perform, and I'm excited to see guys compete, and I'm excited to see both teams, really, because everybody has something to gain from winning an NBA Finals, obviously. So there's a lot of good players to root for and a lot of good games to looking forward to. So I'm very excited for this game. All that yapping being said, I'm going with the Mavericks game 1. I'm taking the Mavericks to win game 1 off of a crazy performance by Luka Doncic. That's what I'm going for game 1. That's what I see. And I'm very excited for the series, and best of luck to both teams.
Who do you think is going to win the finals?
So my prediction for the finals is going to be, I got the Mavs in 6. And I'm going to pick the Mavs in 6. First reason, because I'm a biased Bucks fan. You know, I'm a little salty that we're not in the finals. So I'm going to go with the West. And I think that the Mavs are the not better team, but I think that they have the better matchups. I don't think the Celtics have anybody to really stop Luka and Kyrie. And I think Kyrie's about to just be locked in. And I think Luka is just him. And I don't think that the Celtics are going to be able to stop him. I don't know if you saw the clip of Drew Holiday. They asked him about Kyrie and how you guard Kyrie and Luka. He just said pray. Pray.
Hey, you being modest.
No, he's just being serious. There's nothing you can really do.
Great.
Like, they're gonna have to double at some point, but I really don't think doubling's the move, because you got shooters all around the court. Everybody on the court can pretty much shoot, and then those high pick and rolls. They got 2 lob threats with Lively and Gafford, so I don't really think the Celtics have much that they can do unless Jason Tatum steps up and becomes who everybody says he has the potential to be, and that's Kobe's son. You know what I'm saying?
Nobody ever called him that.
Nah, everybody always calls him that. Everybody calls him Kobe's son.
Kobe's son.
Yeah, he's supposed to be Kobe's son, you know what I'm saying?
But my prediction if you finished, I would say I would have Mavs. Actually, you said 6. I'll go Mavs in 7. I think the Celtics are deeper than the Mavs, but the Mavs just they play better as a team, and they have, I think, the 2 best players in this series. But the Celtics are they're deep as well, so they're obviously gonna get their wins in and all that stuff. I think it's gonna come down to crunch time, like you said. Let me think. The Celtics, they play too much isolation, in my opinion. Basketball. Porzingis is coming back, I'm pretty sure, for the whole series. So that's obviously a boost and all that, but I think that's going to be a little adjustment just to not play the whole playoffs and then just come back in the finals. I mean, I could be wrong, but that's going to be an adjustment. And then who else? I mean, yeah, they're still a solid team and all this and that, but I just got the Mavs because they can just close games better, in my opinion.
And I definitely agree with that, especially with the part where I think the Mavs play better as a team with chemistry. And like you said, the Celtics kind of just got ISO. They don't really set a lot of offense up. You know what I mean? The thing about the Mavericks is the way they run their offense. They pick their spots, and they pick their matchups. So Luka's gonna get the matchup that he wants. Kyrie's gonna get the matchup he wants, and all that's gonna happen. All right, so like I was saying, I think the Mavericks just play their matchups. You know, Luka's gonna expose to the matchups. If he gets Porzingis on him and just wants to blow by him or cook him, I think he's gonna do that. And then he has his lob threats if he gets by and a guard switches. You know what I'm saying? So I think the Mavericks are gonna be clear. I don't say clear favorites, but I'm pretty sure they're underdogs, to be honest. But I think the Celtics.
Yeah, I think they is.
Yeah. I think the Celtics have the better roster. But I think the Mavs play together better. But I'm not saying that each game is going to be a wash and the Mavericks about to just win it all with ease. I think each game is obviously going to be close here and there. Maybe one game gets a blowout, but
maybe a couple blowouts. That's the way the playoffs go sometimes. Teams just get waxed, come back, get it back next game.
Yeah, or you get games that are always close. So there's never no telling, but I'm not gonna say the only way. The Celtics definitely can win, but Tatum's gonna have to step up and be the best player in the series, and Jaylen Brown's gonna have to go to his left. Jaylen Brown's gonna have to play great as well. Drew Holiday's gonna have to have a great defensive series. Derek White's gonna have to take care of the ball, and Porzingis is gonna have to be Porzingis, aggressive Porzingis. He can't be deferring. And if he's gonna come in and messing up the chemistry, he already just said that he's gonna play the whole series, but he's not 100%. So if he's not being aggressive,
what is his ankle or something?
Calf.
Calf.
Yeah, I think he strained something, Achilles, whatever the injury Giannis had. Yeah, they had the same thing, but his was a little after.
This is kind of on a side subject. Do you think taller people, that's a problem for taller people?
Yeah,
since they're so damn
they
skinny.
have longer Achilles.
Yeah, that's actually crazy.
Yeah, their Achilles is longer, so I'm pretty sure it has a
it's stretched out more.
Yeah, it's stretched out more, so you have a higher chance of injury.
Yeah, no, that's crazy.
I think that's for taller people, all their. That's why it's hard for them to build muscle too. Because taller people have their muscles are stretched out more, so it's harder for them to build.
Build muscle.
Yeah.
At the same time, you still got Giannis who's muscular and stuff.
Yeah. I think genetics probably plays a part in it.
Yeah.
Or he also just probably knew something, or he was just working because he started off
skinny.
Yeah.
You got Chet.
Yeah, Chet skinny, Wendy skinny, mobile. I think Giannis is the one exception right now. I can't think of anybody else who's tall and
Usually people that is tall like that don't have built calves.
Yeah, nah. That would be kind of nasty, I'm not gonna lie. A big, long calf muscle, bro, that kind of just look nasty.
No weird stuff. Braun is 6'9" though. He doesn't have skinny calves though.
Genetic freak, I would say.
I guess your freaks like that are the ones who are built normally but tall.
Yeah.
Vince Carter.
Yeah.
But yeah, back on the regular subject though, but like we're saying the Mavs and this and that, but like low key, like for the Celtics though, I feel like for them, they low key like the Mavs aren't defenders though.
Yeah, that's a big problem.
So it's like the same thing. Like the Celtics have like all these pieces like Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Porzingis, all this. The Mavs really not defenders like that, bro.
Yeah,
So it might just be a shootout like type stuff.
Yeah, it definitely could. The Celtics are definitely the better defensive team. Their whole 1 through 5 starting lineup is straight. It's honestly a defensive lineup. Like Tatum can play defense too. You look at him mainly as a scorer, but he can play defense too. Same with Jaylen Brown. Derek White's a hustle defender, and Drew Holiday is one of the best defensive guards of all time. Porzingis shot blocker. So you got a bunch of defense. So if the Mavs are gonna like you said, it's probably going to be a shootout for the most part. Very few defensive plays because you really, even with all those defenders that the Celtics have, you're not really just going to stop the Mavericks. You're just going to have to hope they play bad. So they definitely have a chance, but personally, I see it going Mavs in 6, maybe 7. I can see the 7 too. But game 1, who's home? Celtics are home. Game 1, I would give it to the Mavs. To be honest, I think they just come out the gate firing. I think they go up early and keep that lead.
Yeah, game 1, I have the Mavs too, because like they've been the ones that have actually been playing good team this whole series.
Mm-hmm.
So the Celtics is just going to be another good team that you're playing. So for the Celtics, I feel like they're going to come out and probably lose game 1 because like your first actually comp freaking NBA Finals game. But then they're gonna get adjusted to it and stuff. That's why I do gotta go in 7 and stuff. But
yeah,
I would say Mavs and definitely take game 1.
Yeah, I definitely do see that, and I definitely do agree. They played 3 teams that had hurt stars and hurt teams, so it's definitely gonna be the best test. Honestly, I'm just hoping for a good series. You know, Bucks fan, we'll take 2025 though, but hopefully this one's just a good series.
Bron and Bronny in 2025.
Nobody's worried about Bron and Bronny.
That's what it is now in the league. It's no more just Bron and Bronny.
Nobody's worried about Bron and Bronny.
That's what it is now.
Bronny needs a few years to develop. All right.
Nah.
All right. Bronny's not coming in and just dominating. It's not about being Bronny running pick and roll.
He's gonna be like role player level. I say he's gonna be good role player level when he comes in. If he's playing with Bron, he's gonna be good role player level.
I agree. Good 3-and-D build. I said build like just 2K. But yeah, man, that's you got anything else? Anything else on this on game 1?
Game 1, I got Mavs. I say Luka and Kyrie both go for 30 balls.
Both 30 balls. I think this game, what was that, game 6? Game 6, 2016?
Yeah, him and
Bron 40,
back-to-back
41 pointers. Alright, yeah. Nah, I honestly I agree. Not gonna lie. I think Kyrie and Luka both go dumb. I think Kyrie starts off hot early and then Luka finishes off.
I guess I'd say likewise.
Bet that, man. We shall see then.